Since 9/11, the Muslim community, in particular the active or observant portion of the Muslim community, has been made more self-aware of its presence as a minority, and as a minority that is regarded by suspicion with certain portions of the American public. And ironically, rather than this sense diminishing over time since 9/11, it has, as a result of, I think, political developments in the United States, for example, related to questions of Islamic law, it's probably become a little bit more anxious. But it's not an extreme anxiety in any sense. In fact, most Muslims remain among the best integrated of new Americans in American society. Those of us who teach Islamic studies or teach about Muslims know that the number of students in our courses has swelled not just by 50%, 100%, it's swelled by a factor of 400, 500, 600% since 9/11. Many of my Muslim friends have the same impression, even those who are non-academics, who, for example, are imams in mosques. They point out that questions about Islam, friendly questions, are much more regularly directed in their put to them than was previously, prior to 9/11, the case. But at the same time, to go back to the earlier point that I made, Islam has become a little bit more of a political football. Not as much as in Europe. I think America is a place that's a more religious society than Europe, and Americans have a greater sympathetic interest in people who are religious than do Western Europeans. But at the same time, there has been a politicization of certain qualities of Muslim identity, certain questions about Islamic law and about Muslim loyalty to the United States, questions that have emanated, if you will, out of our political process, that have made some Muslims feel as if perhaps they are under suspicion. So this political process has in some instances actually not heightened public awareness of Islam, but in some ways I think has complicated issues and led to in some circles only, some measure of what I would regard as misunderstanding.